Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's session, I am working on a song called A Day in the Life of a Fool, a wonderful Latin song which I really enjoy playing. I'm using Logic to build backtracks that I will use in my Genos too. They will be put into song A or B or maybe even a multipad. This is Logic version 12.2 and I did find a little bug. Apple knows about it. I talked to them about it, and they will be fixing it. I will show you what it is. As you can see here on the piano track, this was a MIDI track, but here is the audio version. If you right-click, you're supposed to get a window pop up that shows icons. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It did a few minutes ago, now it's not. But that's being fixed. I know it's a small thing, but it's something I like to use. Anyway, moving on. Down here, this little gizmo, the performance meter I use to see how much CPU and RAM is being used in Logic and how much Logic is using. If you have a ton of MIDI tracks, it can take up a lot of CPU power and RAM. This way I can see what's going on. If there's too much work on the computer being used, then I bounce stuff down to let the computer breathe a little bit. In this song, I'm using native instruments. The jazz guitar here is from East West. The Elysium harp here is from Sound Iron. Cineharp from Cinesamples. Tina Guo cello, Cinesamples. All the Latin, the congas, all that stuff is from Leap. I believe I used the East West Joe Ciccarelli drum kit. So let's get started on the song. There are two intros. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's the intro 1 to the song. I'm using the Tina Guo cello, the strings from Spitfire, the consort strings, consort meaning muted. They put little rubber thingies on the bridge of the violins, violas, cellos, etc. to mute the strings. That doesn't mean turn them off so you can't hear them, just to dampen the sound to make them really warm and beautiful. Here's the first opening. Here's the second opening. All right, incidentally, this line up here is the cycle. So you can put left and right parameters so you can loop sections. I'm going to turn that off. So that was the opening. Now, as you can see up here, this green lane, it says guide only. I played the melody of the song just as a guide. When the arrangement is finished, that will go away. It will not be put in the arrangement because I'll be doing that live on the Genos using sax or vibes or something. So here is part 1 of the song. We're using piano, jazz guitar from East West, congas from Leap, and then we have a drum kit, kick, rim, and hi-hat. Okay, you get the idea. Incidentally, in the last part, remember I said that little bug in Logic? Now that I've opened Logic again, let's see if it works. So if you come down here, let's take the jazz guitar, right click, and now it works. That's what you're supposed to see. And then you can go in here and pick an icon. So guitar, so I pick guitar. Like I said, it's not necessary for the software to not work properly. It's just, I like to use that to have, guitar on guitar and harp on harp and Oh, incidentally, I use the Elysium harp too in the opening, which is sound iron. Okay, as you can hear, there is no bass, or rather, you can't hear any bass because I'm playing bass live. I've just started learning bass, and I thought this song would be a good place to start. So here is the section with the bass I've put in. All right, the next section is like another intro. Strings, cello, congas. That little blue part here, that are the Woodwind Runs by Project Sam. I'll just solo them for you here. They're really cool. Very common in Latin ballads. Here it is. Cool, eh? All right, let's move on. So now in the rest of the song, I'm playing the first part again, and then I'm arranging it so that I go to the third part of the song and then to the ending. Here come those runs again. I've added strings here. Now, incidentally, these lines here is the tempo track, so I'm actually changing the tempo and slowing it down. And here will be the ending. I'm using the Tina Guo cello and strings, and I love that instrument so much, the cello. And the Cinesamples did such an amazing job of recording Tina Guo to make this beautiful, beautiful virtual instrument. And of course, harp. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get all the bass parts in and then probably some more strings and a few more instruments. Once that's done, I will mix the song and then get it ready to put into the Genos 2. When I'm ready to put it in the Genos 2, it's either going to be in song A or B slot, or I might put it in as a, what do you call those things again? Oh yeah, multipad. I will explain why I do that. See you on the next one.